Hello, Aquarius. Welcome to your weekly reading for July 14th to the 20th. This is for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Oh, yeah, we're going to jump right in. Aquarius, are you feeling restless? You got so much happening for you. And listen, I really want to congratulate you first, okay? Because you're actually the first to enter this brand new era with everyone else on this planet. And that is all thanks to the rare mini trine that we have going on, which I'm officially giving a name. I'm calling it the Prism Portal. Yeah, because remember, it's Saturn conjunct Neptune in Aries at the apex, sextile Uranus in Gemini and Pluto in Aquarius. And remember, Uranus is trining Pluto, right? Uranus, awakenings, breakthrough, right? Pluto, transformation, evolution. This is going to be many years. By the way, remember that, okay? This mini trine. But you are going to start feeling it strongly now. You're already feeling it. You're going to feel it really strongly in August. And because you are one of the signs that's hosting one of those planets, which is Pluto, I'm going to give you a slow clap here. Now, did you see my last community post, by the way? Hello, amazing. Can you believe that? The whole time I had no idea. That's Uranus, right? Anyway, explain what happened to my microphone. I couldn't believe that was even a thing. But anyway, or in my last live stream too. I'll leave it at the end of this video. But this week, big. All right. It's one of those weeks that sneaks up on you. I was mapping this out for you. It's like, whoa, okay, this is actually... It's a big one. Now, it's going to be like a retrospective of your life. And what's going to happen is you're going to spend all this time thinking about how far you've come and now what's next, okay? Especially with Uranus and Gemini. That's just so freshly new. And remember, a lot of that is just freeing your mind, thinking outside the box. Uranus is your ruling planet. You're in your comfort zone. This is what you do. It's expanding your consciousness. And don't forget, Venus is here too, right? In Gemini, and has been here for some time. And so you're being very social, but also Venus in Gemini rules your fifth house. So you are feeling really magnetic, really charming. Y'all are having a lot of dates. Y'all are going on a lot of dates. Fifth house is true love. It's romance. It's joy. It's pleasure. It's, sex. It's the fifth house. Okay. It is recreation as well. Y'all are playing ping pong a lot. You're having a lot of fun with this, and I want you to. And remember, it can also be very cerebral as well. And with Uranus and Gemini, y'all are really thinking of new things, thinking of new approaches, your path forward. It's all in the name of being your authentic self, okay? That is where remember, Uranus is your ruler. Aquarius is the authentic, like you're so authentic. And being authentic brings you to those higher states of frequency that I talk about, that love and self-love, gratitude, compassion, kindness. It's just being you. Just be you, okay? Your soul is so beautiful. And I want you to see this week. I want you to feel this. And like I said, you may feel a little bit restless because you're, for many reasons. One, you're going to have so many new ideas, so much going through your head that you want to implement them right away. But remember, Saturn, Neptune, even Pluto, yeah, they're all retrograde. Look, Mercury's going retrograde too. So they're not going to let you right away. They're telling you to go within, reassess, reflect, reconsider things. And this is a good thing. Remember, I said this is a great retrograde period because of the Prism Portal, because of all these fresh new energies, all this fire and air energy. A lot of things are happening fast. You've seen July. You've seen how things have been, right? And sometimes you need a personal Siri or Alexa or whoever, right? That'll be me. You're entering uncharted territory. So let me remind you, all these planets and these new signs all connecting harmoniously, no one's ever experienced, including you. All right. So it's a good time to go within. Saturn conjunct Neptune. Just don't forget that's realism, idealism. You have vision and structure to your visions, very entrepreneurial energy. It's your third house. Y'all are launching new businesses. You are starting side hustles and side gigs. Y'all are doing so much communicating. Okay. I really love what's going on for y'all. Y'all are selling things. You're doing things on social media. You're taking online courses. You're probably teaching courses. You're possibly, there's just a lot of writing as well, a lot of travel. Okay. You're thinking about some of your favorite travel spots. But anyway, just take this time because this is going to be a really big week for you. I told you about Mars conjuncting the South Node in your eighth house, no one else's eighth house, your eighth house. We'll talk about that. That's happening. We're here. Now, here's the thing. With Mars and Virgo, remember I said there's a lot of fire and air. Mars and Virgo, this is good. It brings out, grounding energy. It helps you chart things out. You're going to be asking yourself, just how am I taking charge of, my life moving forward? Again, a lot of you think about your future. Okay, so your mission, if you choose to accept it, wax on, wax off. All right, remember, practice patience. All these retrogrades, things are going to be slowed down a bit. Stay frosty, be cool, and reflect. That's all you got to do, okay? Be still like a pond, like a statue, all right? Or the night. And it's a great time for healing, getting spiritual. Remember last week you had all those North Node activations? Oh yeah, you're going to have some more this week, all right? So just, again, a lot of this week is all about you going within to think about your direction moving forward and your purpose, even thinking about where are the cracks? Are there any cracks? Do I have spiritual, emotional, mental sealant, right? For these cracks. All about your vision moving forward, okay? Being the best version of yourself in this new era and an ever-changing world, by the way. And it's not how the world changes, it's how you make it adapt to you because you create your reality. Now, Monday, July 14th, Aquarius, listen, you're going to see I do something different this week. Yeah, that's Uranus on my ascendant as a 0-degree Gemini rising. You're going to see all the things in red. Now, that is what we discussed in the bonus spreads, right? For tier 3 members, really good, and legendary members, these important lunations, planetoids, asteroids, fixed stars even, right? Just so you have an idea of how impactful they are, all right? And so and just to give you an idea of how much fun we have, in those bonus spreads. Now, if you are a tier 3 member, I'm doing something special for you this week with the second spread. Now, here's the thing. Monday, you got the Sun and Jupiter. Remember, they're in Cancer, okay? In the sign, Jupiter in the sign of Cancer is the sign of Jupiter's exaltation. So when you have Jupiter trining the moon in Pisces, that's kind of a big deal. It feels really good because remember, the moon actually rules Cancer. Jupiter actually rules Pisces. Jupiter may be exalted in Cancer, but still rules Pisces. So you have this mutual reception. It's a trine. And so there's this, it's almost even like a luck magnet. Okay? It's very spiritual. You remember the North Node is in Pisces. That rules your second house. That's big. So there's something happening right now in your life with Jupiter and Cancer in your sixth house of work, North Node in Pisces in your second house of money, finances, salary. I'm just letting you know. All right. So there's optimism this day. There's this expansion of even opportunities and generosity and just this feel-good energy. And remember, Jupiter is like good fortune and luck. I love this. I love what's happening here. It's Jupiter and Cancer in your sixth house, and Jupiter natively ruling your second. New projects, listen, this is a good time for you. This is a great day for you, especially for you to think about your future. Remember, the North Node is even like just the fact it's in Pisces, it's, very spiritual, but it's also like that dreamer energy, being, dream big. Also pay attention to your dreams. They could be telling you something. Now, the second house is also like self-worth, it's self-value. There's something that's building this confidence within you as long as you have that, imagination and, really just feeling things spiritually as well. And those activations that happened last week in the North Node at 19 degrees, remember it was a Libra degree. Well, this is at 7 degrees and 7 degrees is also a Libra degree, the other Libra degree. So there's something here on this day where it's honestly, you're just seeking this fairness, harmony, wisdom, peace. especially when it comes to your everyday activities with work, colleagues, employees, projects that you're working on, as well as health. Health matters could be a thing. Yeah. Keep that in mind. You may be really busy, so try, that can be a little burnout energy, but you got Jupiter here, which is great, but Jupiter can also just really just expand things anyway, so just bear that in mind. And it is 7 degrees. There's something really nice about the number 7, lucky 7. It's a prime number. There is something special about it. All right, so anyway, Thursday, July 15th, now you got the moon conjunct the North Node in Pisces, so oh, yeah. So remember, again, last week, those North Node activations, you're really still feeling it. A lot of y'all have money on your mind. A lot of y'all have this, but there's something here soulful. Because remember, second house is still like your value system, things that bring you value. It's all about your self-worth, okay? Like you understanding, like, okay, I'm raising my fee because I know my worth. Like things like that. All right. So anyway, really great day for vision boards too. It's the moon with the North Node. So do you see Mars with the South Node? So there is still an element of just letting some things go, trusting your gut in terms of that. But this is a karmic alignment with your destiny, your mission statement, your purpose. There's emotional growth here as well. This is just beautiful energy, like soul purpose, and even a sense of like, there's to be honest, there's just something that's going to be emotionally powerfully moving for you. And again, finances may be somewhere in the mix here, as well as career, because even though you have Jupiter in Cancer, Juno is in the mix. And so, there is something fated that may happen this day. So pay attention to this day. And remember, it's really nice. You've got Juno trining the North Node conjuncting the moon. And remember, Juno has settled in Scorpio. That rules your 10th house of career and fame. If you're not here for career, it's just whatever you're exerting your energy into that you want to be known for. Juno, Jupiter's wife. A dwarf planet like Pluto, a big deal. Yeah, we'll talk about later. All right. And she just brings that truth, justice, fairness, balance in partnerships, relationships, legal matters in your 10th house of honors, achievement, social status, career, your reputation, your public image, with your 6th house and your 2nd house activated, like money, career. Mercury and Leo too. Yeah. Partnerships and relationships. So you see what's happening this week. It's a great week. And then the moon will, trine the sun. It's just like, I can't even make this is amazing. All right. So just know that you're likely going to feel a lot of passion this day. And then July 16th, not on the whiteboard. Again, we talk about this in the second spread, and it just it brings a lot of clarity, especially with that moon, with all these lunations. That's your emotions, that's your feelings, right? It's also the subconscious, it's home, family, loved ones, it's all of that. Maternal side, instincts. The moon is now going to be in Aries conjuncting Saturn and Neptune. So you have a triple conjunction here. So remember, I talked about that spiritual warrior, that, compassionate leader, that visionary hero, role model, all of that. That's really wanting to come out now. And it's your 3rd house. So there is something here again with everything that I said earlier about launching new businesses, something online, teaching or taking a class, or it's something with family. Family still highlighted for you as well, especially siblings. But yeah, communication, really big. It's like you got things to say and it will be influential. Okay. So just remember, think Gandhi, or, even just like Ted Lasso, like inspirational. Now, Thursday, the 17th of July, again, we talk about the second spread. All right. So this is when the sun will square Eris. So remember, everything that I just said with the triple conjunction that's happening in Aries in your 3rd house of communication, writing messages, everything like that, launching businesses, selling things, travel. Eris, who's literally on top of Chiron right now, are in Aries too. So you've got 5 heavenly bodies in Aries. That is a lot. And Eris, don't forget, is Mars's sister. So Mars, the god warrior, right? Mars' sister, twin sister, the feminine goddess warrior. Remember, you remember your mythology when she threw the golden apple at the wedding to stir things up? That's Eris, but all for the greater good. It's things that you're doing here where, remember, you got Juno in the mix. You have Eris in the mix. There's something here on this day when you have the sun square Eris in your everyday activities and work and lifestyle and health, even pets, by the way. That's a sixth house. There's Eris right here, right on top of Chiron in your third. So something here where it may be really healing for you to speak about something, or you're going to be healing others. Okay. And it is in the name of like improving something or this fairness or fixing something or inclusiveness. Yeah. Because Eris fights for those without power, for those who have like no say, like Robin Hood. That's like Eris, right? Or the mom at the pajama party who brings the girls together and say, girls, you got to go, talk to Joan over there. You're leaving her out of your conversations. I gave you all cereal. So that's what I'm talking about. Making sure that everything's fair. Okay. So anyway, I'm just saying this because Mars and Pluto, to be honest, are not really getting along this day. All right. So there may be a little bit of a squeeze, but this, tap into that spiritual warrior. All right. Everything's energy. Vibrate at that high frequency and you're going to be fine. And speaking of which, remember, I just told you, right, about 5 heavenly bodies that's going to be in Aries that are in Aries. Ceres is in Aries as well and will also conjunct the moon and then trine Mercury. So now there really truly is something here. Really truly something here about partnerships, relationships, and legal matters. There's something that's got to be fair. All right. Now, Friday, the 18th, and even Thursday, the 17th, Mercury goes retrograde in Leo. It's happening right at midnight. So it really depends on where you live. Remember, Mercury's going to be in Leo until August 11th, or retrograde in Leo until August 11th. Okay. So just bear that in mind. It's gonna be a thing. Here's the thing. Remember, I said Mercury retrograde in Leo. Like, I like this, okay? Because it just really helps with all the other planets already retrograde. Perfect timing. It's just like, let's just clump them all together. Perfect. Secondly, when Mercury actually goes direct, mid-August, Mercury is kind of gonna be like a bullet train. So you go back to that fire, air, really fast. And remember, Leo is your opposite sign. So partnerships, relationships, one-on-one personal relationships can be your agent, your lawyer, your babysitter, whatever it is. Okay. As well as marriage. Yeah. So there's some activity happening here. All right. That you're going back to during this retrograde and in that area of your life. So take that time, reassess, review, reconsider things. There's going to be some stuff that comes up. All right. And the other thing is that you do have Mars and Virgo, though. So you're going to just, it's almost like you're really going to break out like the Trello or Asana. Like you're going to do to-do lists. And so this is a good retrograde for you. Remember, Leo energy is just so bold and it's all about self-expression and love and self-love and leadership and confidence. So there's really something amplifying this leader, confident energy in you that's just absolutely amazing. And creative projects, so many happening for you right now, Aquarius, and the potential for just your creativity, you're going to feel it in your bones. So really tap into this energy. Now, the other thing is, remember, you're already reinventing yourself, right? With Uranus and Gemini, huge visionary energy. So very future focused. So again, take this time to just sit back, reassess things as you think about your future, but in new ways with Uranus and Gemini at 0 degrees. Okay, so new ways of seeing things, thinking things, ideas, creativity, curiosity. That's what's happening right now. And what is going to make your life more fun? It's your 5th house. Yeah. freeing yourself. All right. That's what this is. Have your breakthrough. This is all about freeing yourself, freeing your mind, liberating yourself. So I really love this. It's all about being your authentic self. And the other thing is that you do have so much passion here. Leo is passion, and just there may be some things that you are going to, like old creative projects that you may got too busy working on. You're going to be revisiting them. Okay. Maybe an album you were working on, or maybe a book that you were writing, whatever it is, it's got to feel really good. That's why I like this for you. Lovers are coming back. It is your 7th house. Yeah. Former lovers, even just, business partners, whatever it is. Remember, it doesn't matter. It's just one-on-one relationships. But there could be some legal things that do come through as well. And that's not a bad thing. It could just be, just something that you had to sign, or a contract that you had to go over again. And it could be as early as like July. Yeah. The beginning of July, just something from the first 2 weeks of July. So the one thing I do want you to think about, actually, because this is in Leo, I want you to think about summer 2023. Yeah. What happened in the summer 2023 for you when it came to love or creativity? Or romance, family, children, lovers, because Venus was then retrograde in Leo. So, and of course, the sky was very different, and this is a very different planet, but you may have a little bit of like, spidey, just something coming. You're like, oh, I know what's gonna. Anyway, the other thing that is happening here is it is Mercury going retrograde. So when I see what's happening for you, remember, we go through Mercury retrograde 3 to 4 times a year. So you're already used to it. I don't even have to, it's just miscommunication, cross wires, delays. You got it. So as long as you know, I've just told you Mercury's going retrograde. So now you know. So you can adjust to that. All right. So if your internet goes out for, 20 minutes or so, just don't, kick your windows down. It's going to come back on. Like, that's okay. Because there is there's the Mars and Virgo can be really deep for you, and we'll talk about it, but there is this sense of service to others that's happening right now. A lot of things that you're doing is supporting others. A lot of y'all are getting involved in hospitality. All right. Now, the other thing is that this week, and for a year or two, honestly. The other thing is that you could, because it is in your 7th house during this retrograde, for you, Aquarius, you could be making amends with some people as well. People that are coming back from your past, maybe they're apologizing. Maybe you're seeking them out to apologize or seek forgiveness or forgive, things like that. That may be something here. I just want you to know something, okay? This is why I'm going to really harp on Mars on the South Node for you. I just told you that Mercury's going to stay in Leo after the retrograde, right? So August 11th, Mercury will be in Leo up until September 2nd, right? So that's one thing. Remember what I said. It's this summer that you want to put yourself in, right? Where you want to be by February 2026 because of the Prism portal. I might change that. But now you throw Mercury in the mix. Mercury's going to be in Leo all summer. Yeah? So that's a bigger storyline that will play out for you. We do have a new moon in Leo next week, by the way. All right? FYI. And your 7th house of partnerships and relationships. We'll talk about that next week. But when we get to September, Mercury will move into Virgo. Yeah? So there's a bigger story with what I'm about to tell you for Mars conjunct the South Node that will likely, and Mercury in Virgo, remember, that's his domicile and where it's exalted. It's both. Yeah. So what did I say about September? It's eclipse season with a solar eclipse in Virgo. What I did not tell you is that we have a new moon in Virgo in August. Yes, you heard me correctly. That was not a Mercury retrograde glitch. We have a new moon in Virgo in August, a new moon solar eclipse in Virgo in September, back-to-back Virgo new moons. So I'll explain it when we get to August, but that's in your 8th house. 8th house is death and rebirth. It's transformation. It's regeneration. It's Pluto's home. And Pluto is currently in your sign. There's something big here. New stuff. There's this new you. I told you, you Aquarians are going through some big change. It's also wealth building. It's also partnership building. And again, that can be business partners. But anyway, the bigger thing that I told you was in your Saturn Neptune video. Okay, so if you didn't see that, I'll leave that at the end of this video too. All right, because it's that Leo story. There's this big Leo story. Partnerships, relationships is definitely going to be a really big thing for you, especially as we move into 2026. Okay, remember Jupiter moving into Leo, trining Saturn. That's partnerships, relationships, legal matters. With Saturn, that's all about long-term commitments. And you do have a new moon solar eclipse in Leo. And remember, the North Node is moving into your sign. Therefore, the South Node will be moving into Leo. I'll leave that video at the end of this video. If you are a cross-watcher, Aquarius, if you watch for your rising or your moon, or for your husband, Roland, or for your, sister, Mary, fixed signs, that would be Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius, and Gemini and Virgo will feel this retrograde the most, okay? How fun is that? Me being an Aquarius, a Gemini rising, and a Virgo moon. It is a good Mercury retrograde. If you know your natal chart, if you know your birth chart, if you have any planets between 3 to 17 degrees in any of the fixed signs, remember, it doesn't matter which one, because you look at the angular aspects, then you will feel it the most. Great. My sun at Aquarius. Anyway, and I have Uranus in Scorpio within that frame. Anyway, Friday, July 18th. This one, you got Mercury in Leo, sextile Venus in Gemini. Wow, amazing. I love this. Okay, you're going to feel this, a day before, day after. It's strong. I like this. Okay. And remember, Venus has been in Gemini pretty much most of the month. Like, your charm factor is cranked up. People are gravitating toward you. You're the, the Regina George of your, world, first half of the movie, for you, maybe the first 10 minutes. But this is really great. It's your fifth house. It's joy. It's pleasure. You're having fun. And if you're not, you've got to make room, because how exciting is this? Venus is going to leave next week. This is great if you're single. This is great for anything that you want to have fun with. This is wonderful. You're not going to have this overlap for a while, where you have Venus and Gemini in your fifth house of true love and romance and fun and pleasure and, procreation, with Mercury in Leo, right? And the sun is moving into Leo next week in your seventh house. Partnerships, relationships, while you have Mars and Virgo in your eighth house of relationship building. So you see, when I tell you, please take action and go out there and meet people and be social, this is very stimulating, especially for relationships with Venus and money. Okay, if you're here for work, and if you're turning like hobbies into, if there's work that you do that's like a hobby or it feels like a recreation, it's something you have fun with. Also, new creative ideas, exploring new things, taking risks. Please, it's Uranus and Gemini. Take risks, like I did with my website. Yeah, of course I'm going to plug it later. I'll tell you about it if I haven't already. Look at my last live stream. But that's the thing. It doesn't even matter. I'm going to tell you something here. Yeah, I'm at 0 degree Gemini rising. Uranus is right on my, Uranus is at 0 degrees in Gemini. So yeah, I'm feeling Uranus. It's been bonkers. Take risks, do new things, be curious, try new things. Have that confidence. Remember, it's like the Fool card. But let me just tell you, Aquarius, with Jupiter and Cancer in your sixth as well, remember that's work and everyday activities, lifestyle as well. Listen, my Aquarius friend, who I've known for a long time, childhood friend, long time. He, on the side of his full-time job where he's a copywriter, he became a travel agent. He loved travel. He used to be a travel writer. And just within a month of him getting his certificate or whatever, $20,000. He made $20,000 in sales. Like, come on, do things. You're set up right now. All right. So please take action. Feel inspired. Now, Here's the other thing is that you're definitely going to feel a little bit of spotlight. You're going to feel some spotlight on you. All right. And this is a good thing. There's going to be a lot of attention on you. Again, social media, I can't even just please take advantage. Take advantage. You can be very influential in social media right now, or any like a blog, starting a blog, anything on the third house rules the internet. Yeah, you got Saturn there, Neptune there, and it's really remember PR, marketing, advertising, things for your brand. Perfect time. So I love Mercury sextiling Venus. This is your 7th and your 5th. Partnerships, relationships, legal matters with, things that bring you joy and pleasure and true love and romance. A lot of y'all may be getting married or getting proposed to or signing contracts with a new business partner, a new company. There may be something here. You may be starting something with a friend. Mercury sextile Venus is just so magnetic, especially for you. Especially for you. Okay, Aquarius? It is very, and what I love about this is Mercury is a mind, right? Leo is the heart. Mercury and Leo. Venus is the heart. Gemini is the mind. Venus and Gemini. You see what's happening here? So I love this energy, this very beautiful, exciting fire and air. You being an air sign, I love what's happening here for you. Just think, be magnetic. Be magnetic. Actually, Jason Statham and Linda Cardellini and Sam Hugohen. I'm not saying his name right. The one from the, time travel show. Anyway, they have this in their chart. That's what I'm talking about. That magnetism. You tap into this energy. Now, why? Because cross watchers, fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, and air signs, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, they're going to feel this the most. And I am going to I'm going to throw in Virgo and Taurus as well. Now, if you have any planets in your chart between 13 to 17 degrees in any other signs, you're really going to feel this. What I really love about this day is that you're going to have the moon in Taurus. And that's amazing because the moon that's exalted in Taurus is going to sextile Jupiter that's exalted in Cancer. So this is so optimistic. This is beautiful. This is a lot of just, first of all, you're going to feel a lot of stuff. You're going to feel a lot of energy around home and family and your loved ones. And it's real estate even. Yeah. Are y'all buying property? Are you thinking about selling property? Remember, you're being magnetic today. It's Mercury. You're communicating. Yeah. You may become a realtor. There's so much here. There's a lot of home family stuff, but the moon being exalted in Taurus, that's so much comfort and emotional stability and even this material abundance, nurturing energy. It's really special. Please, you're going to feel this. It's going to feel really great and treat yourself. Remember, Venus natively rules, Taurus. So I just love this for you. There's just so much love here. I know I'm trying to get comfortable, but treat yourself. Treat yourself to this day. Remember, Venus is like shopping and luxuries and, beauty. Go out, get your hair done, get, your nails done, but with people. It's a social day. Now, not on the whiteboard, by the way. One thing that is really big is July 19th. This is the day, by the way, you may really feel actually, because Saturn and Neptune, remember they're conjuncting, right? This is the closest that they will have been yet. They're less than half a degree away. So you may really feel this. Okay? Remember, spiritual warrior, spiritual leader, visionary hero, compassionate artist, all of that third house energy. You're gonna feel this. Now, Sunday, July 20th, this is it. Mars conjuncting the South Node, exactly 19 degrees. We talked about this last week. This is a big deal. You're gonna feel this pretty much the entire week. It's your 8th house. So, I also told you last week that it will square Venus because remember the week after is when we do have Mars square Venus. Therefore, Venus is going to square this entire conjunction. So this is kind of a big thing. Remember, this is in your 8th house of death and rebirth, transformation, regeneration. There's something here. There's this new you. Okay? Now, you can't have rebirth without that death part. So something here has to go. It's a South Node. There is something here that may have reached a point of fatigue, something here that is no longer, necessary for your journey. Remember, the eighth house is also partnerships, love. It could be business partners. There is an intensity to the eighth house. And again, that can just be deep passion. Yeah. And then the eighth house is also, wealth building. So there could be something here with investments, inheritance, bonuses, commissions, royalties, joint bank accounts, loans, taxes, all that. There may be something here. All right. So it's Mars and K2. To be on, remember K2, tail of the dragon. All right. So just releasing old structures, old patterns, old ways of thinking. Eighth house can be very psychological. Are you processing things this day? What do you have to process that you got to let go? Okay. Because you've got 5 retrogrades happening with the South Node, all that have to do with the past. So guess what's happening this day? The past is coming up to you. Aquarius, knocking on your door and saying, please, FTLOG, let me go. Please let me go. Okay? Please let me go and turn me into history. All right? You've got to let something go here, especially with even Venus here with this square. Even Venus is looking at you and be like, well, you gotta. And Venus is fun and social and bright and charming, but today she's like, yeah, you gotta just. So just keep that in mind. And it is eighth house activity. So there's something here with love and money. Love and money. There's something here with love and money. And part of your transformation, so it could be your perspective, your view, how you feel about love or money or a partnership or, your perspective on this as well. There is something here that is definitely going to be amplified. All right. Something's changing. But it's best that you're part of this change. Now, the other thing is Virgo just naturally rules health. You've got Jupiter in Cancer in your 6th house. Virgo rules the 6th house. So there could be something here with health. Is there a habit? Is there something that you're doing that is, like I said, like a pattern? Just something that you got to leave in the past. Something with your lifestyle, overall well-being. It could be, are you in a relationship that's not healthy for you? We've got to let it go. Remember, 8th house can also be, a little bit of like obsession as well, codependency. We've got to let that go. All right? Because Mars, if you don't, Mars is, remember I said he's going to be like a lightsaber and he's going to be like, okay, you want to learn the hard way? So just keep that in mind because this is a good chance for you to you've got all these great new things coming in. You can't handle everything. You got to let some things go. You're on this brand new era tour. All right. So Virgo being purification, by the way, there is some sort of purging here. All right. And so you just ask yourself, what is it? What is the life lesson that I have to learn? It is the South Node, all these retrogrades. What is it that I have to just, take that time to go within to really figure this out? Please, please do not be hard on yourself. Okay, Aquarius? It is your 8th house. And that's why I really want to make this clear for you. Remember, I've told you this in the past too. Just going to bring it up. It bears repeating. This Virgo energy can be overly critical. It can be very hard on yourself. Perfectionist energy. All right. I would know. I'm a Virgo moon. So I would know. It's just detoxing. Okay. Something's got to go. But just don't be hard on yourself. It is the 8th house that can be really deep and intense. And to be honest, it is your 8th house. So Mars being here, it makes it a little bit stronger because Mars is the native ruler of the 8th house. So when you zoom out and look at the whole picture here, a lot of this will have to do with work and business, but for a lot of y'all, it's got to be love and relationships. But at the end of the day, it's part of your transformation. Okay. And Mars has a lot of energy right now. Mars is physicality. So do things to, exert energy, kickboxing class, do some gardening. All right. Just make sure that you let some things go. And a lot of it may be your mindset because you've got Mars, Venus, Uranus, and the South Node all in Mercury ruled signs. And while Mercury is retrograde. So again, maybe things coming up from the past, and that may be the thing that you've got to let go. If it's even coming up subconsciously, you gotta have to face this and let it go, because this is the day that the moon will be in Gemini. So that's the other thing. That's a lot of mutable energy, you know? So get ready for change, adapting to change, but be the, harbinger of that change. And Mercury rules both Virgo and Gemini anyway. So again, a lot of mental activity. It's your fifth. So that's why I'm just like, there's something here where you're going to have a big focus on, I've got to let this go because it's not part of that fun part of my journey moving forward. Okay? So I love the moon in Gemini this day. Remember, Gemini's your BFF, fellow air sign, and there is this really wonderful connection in terms of Gemini being the mind. Virgo actually rules the gut, by the way. Okay? Digestive system. So there's, gut instincts. There's just something here with the merging of physical mind, higher mind, instincts, intellect, but there may be something here with diet for you as well, because you do have the North Node activated this week in your second house, which is also food. And so bear that in mind, all right? There may be something here in terms of diet and health, all right, for you. Just focus on gratitude, enlightenment, just, part of your transformation, carve out space for yourself. And all of this is all in the name of just for you to move forward, okay? And it is 19 degrees. And so just to let you know, because I don't know if I said this last week, but 19 degrees is all, like I said, it's a Libra degree, right? So you do see, it's just, there's something here all about understanding the laws of karma. That's it, okay? Remember, the Justice card is attributed to Libra. That's it, all right? Cause and effect, Libra, all right? Now, why do I bring that up for you? Because that is your ninth house. Libra rules your ninth house, okay? And so there may be even a little bit of a hint on this day on what August will be like for you when Mars moves into Libra in your ninth house of the courts and legal matters, where you already have Mercury and Leo there in your seventh house. That also has to do with contracts and agreements and the, legal matters. And then you throw in the fact that Mars will actually sextile Juno and Scorpio. I told you I'd bring Juno back up. And you can't make this up. This is just so much. There's something you may be signing. Yeah. This week, especially this day, because Juno, like I said, is Jupiter's wife, all about truth, justice, equality, fairness, in legal matters, in marriage, in contracts, in partnerships, in personal relationships. And you have the two houses in the zodiac wheel that's really amplified when it comes to your relationship with another person. And Juno's bringing that balance of power, but Juno is settled into Scorpio right now. No? And so that's your 10th house of career and your reputation. So there just may be something here work related. Okay. Now, the other thing is, it's the moon in Gemini. It's a stimulating day for you. And because the moon will be in Gemini, the moon will conjunct Uranus in Gemini. All right. So there is this breakthrough. There is this strong creative energy, this freedom, this freeness, freeing the mind. You have the moon conjuncting Venus too, because remember, Venus is in Gemini as well. And that's very auspicious as the moon and Venus. It's so favorable. All right. And so money, creativity, curiosity, love, all of that's really amplified for you this day. The moon in Gemini will also sextile Saturn and Neptune. It'll trine Pluto in your sign. Do you see how big of a day this is for you? All right. See things in new ways. All right. Consider your direction moving forward. There is almost like this second chance energy as well that comes through, but just what happened for you in March? Remember, we had that eclipse in Virgo in March. That was in your 8th. Okay. Look back at your March forecast, because don't forget, September, when we get to September, is eclipse season. You've got new moon solar eclipse in Virgo. This storyline's not done. Yeah, in your 8th house of death and rebirth, of transformation, of relationships, love, money. And remember, you have a new moon in Virgo next month. Anyway, signs who will feel Mars conjunct the South Node the most will be the mutable signs. Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, Pisces. And if you have any planets in 17 to 20 degrees, 17 to 21 degrees, all right, in any of those signs, you're definitely going to feel it. All right, let's see what's going on for you, Aquarius. Sun, moon, and rising. All right, so let me just... All right, Aquarius, how are y'all doing? I do a traditional, what else? Okay, so I do a traditional Celtic cross spread, offers the best overview, especially for a weekly reading. And, you know, if we need to pull clarifiers, you know that we will. Secondly, Aquarius, y'all are amazing. Y'all crack me up. Stop it. You can't. Just listen. You had that full moon in Capricorn last week. I mean, you're going through this healing process that's really strong with everything else that's happening. Like, really great, really amazing. Okay. All right, let's get started. Okay. Sure. Well, yeah, you're clearly good. You're just going to have to, you're going to have to make some decisions. You get the 7 of Wands. Great. As you move into this week, it seems like there's, you know, maybe some people that want what you got. That's not a bad thing, but at the same time, I told you about everything that's happening this week. So here's the thing. Well, he's the victor, right? This card is all about valor. It's standing your ground. There's a spirited energy to it as well. You see, he's on the top of the hill. It is a Leo card. Remember, you got Mercury in Leo as you move into the week, and the Mercury will go retrograde. So that is your 7th house, partnerships, relationships. I mean, there's just stuff that's happening. I would even just, I like, honestly, to be honest, there's like 3 times the stuff in terms of like partnerships and relationships. It can be love, it can be career for you. All right. So there may be something there. And maybe something here where it's like, maybe let's talk. I'll draw a line in the sand, but let's talk about some things here. But this is also really great because remember, I talked about that confidence boost. And again, it just feels more fun. Like you're stimulated about something and it's just like you feel alive about it. So even if it doesn't have to do with partnerships or relationships, it's Wands, which is like a lot of creative energy. It's a lot of like just spirited, invigorating work, career, big here, but also just your ambitions. Yeah. Inspiration that's bringing you that Page of Pentacles in the heart of your spread. Great. I mean, you really are on this new path and you see that there's something that you're really moving into in terms of this new path that's rooted up. There's something just really, it's got legs to it. And the great thing is like, I you know, especially with all this, like I said, like you're launching new businesses, you're learning new things. Like he actually happens to be the biggest student. Like he actually wants to be the King of Pentacles one day. He will. He's so compelled by that pentacle, but there is something here within your physical realm as well. So you see that there's money is a thing for you. Like I said this week, yeah, but also just things in it can be a new relationship. There's just something here. Just invest your time and energy into what is that new era that you see for yourself. It's happening. All right. It's happening. And it's almost like it's already begun for a lot of y'all. You're going to start feeling it this week as well, but it's very optimistic energy. And again, there is a sense of like in it to win it. Now, yeah, that 5 of Wands in your challenge area, I don't mind it. There's something here where it's like, yeah, there could have been something where you're not seeing eye to eye. There could have been like, you know, Mercury and Leo, remember the expressions like ego and pride, all of that. Yeah. Especially with Mercury retrograde in Leo in your 7th house, it could be like, you and your partner, like, my glass of water is better than yours. Yeah, like that kind of like, that could be a thing, to be honest, with what's happening for you. Just this is like not worth your time energy, but it seems like you're going to be coming out of something that where you may not have been seeing eye to eye. You're like, silly, not worth my time. I'm focusing all my attention on this. Yeah. So just keep that in mind. The second thing is, it does seem like there may be some, you know, noise around you in the workplace. Just drown out that noise. There is a sense of like needing to rise above that noise. And if it needs to be someone, let it be you that tells everybody, hey, we got to see eye to eye. All right. Too many cooks in the kitchen. Y'all are messing around over there by the, staplers. Come on. We got some paperwork to do, whatever it is. Now you got the high priestess in your crown. So I love this. So I actually really love this coming out of that full moon in Capricorn that was in your 12th. Because that is the subconscious. You have the guardian of the subconscious in your crown. And she is saying, go deep. Go deep. You are going to go really deep with that Mars South Node conjunction. All right. Your 8th house. Don't be afraid. It doesn't seem like you're going to be. Honestly, no. Here's the thing. If there's one thing here is that you kind of have to have an idea about what your future might look like. And you might not have any idea about that. But when you go with it, when you go deep, when you do that reassessing, when you're not afraid to go deep in the subconscious as well and unroot things when you're there, which is what you're going to be doing with Mars and the South Node, then you can see. You're going to be tapping into your, inner wisdom, your authentic self, all of that. You're protected. You're good. You've got the Queen of Pentacles here. And then you do see, right? And then you do see. Queen of Pentacles, really amazing in the root of your spread. This is honestly like, I want to see something later, but great. Queen of Pentacles, the richest queen. There's something where you're going to feel that wealth. You're going to feel that wealth, and you're going to be very grateful for having taken action. Okay? Especially the beginning of July, the end of June. You're going to be very grateful for everything that you took action for, because it's a very prosperous, auspicious, golden new era for you. Okay, so this is really great. A lot of you are going to be feeling that wealth. Remember, you have to take that action. All right. There's this growth happening within your world, and you're feeling it. I love that you got the queen in the page. The other thing that I was going to say is that there is a sense of like, now you're really feeling like, yeah, I get it. This week, once I have that Mars South Node conjunction, and again, for a lot of y'all, it could be, a few days before it. It's just, now you see, you let some things go. Now you have a bigger picture, but really know what it is. Okay. With that 7 of Cups in your future. And this is really more about just like whatever you're manifesting. Like, are you being your authentic self with the things that you're manifesting, the things that you are wishing for? All right. Just keep that in mind. Remember, you got Neptune retrograde in your 3rd. That's fine. The 3rd is the mind. And so have that mind-heart connection. Yeah. Because it does look like there's a lot of different paths, a lot of different opportunities that may be coming through as well. I told you that this is a very busy week for you. I said this is good. You're maybe feeling restless. There's a lot of different things, a lot of different areas of your life that's activated. And so retrogrades, again, very good. Yeah. This, you've got to know. You've got to know what path. And it doesn't mean you can't have all those cups. Just pick one for now. Yeah. That's in line with this new thing that's come into your life in your physical world that that makes you feel really good, and go with that. And then bring other cups in one by one. Okay. That's how you have you're not juggling a lot. Anyway, I'll clarify some things for you, but I'm seeing how dark it's getting. Aquarius, let's get to your stuff. I do, I forgot my line. Aquarius. Oh, if you like this reading, it'd be great if you like, subscribe, share, leave comments. I want to hear from you, Team Aquarius. If you're new to my channel, I'm an Aquarius too. I think I told you that. I really want to know. It is a busy week, but I also want to know what happened with that full moon in Capricorn. That was big. I mean, it was... Anyway, and a lot of these new things that you've started and begun, I love y'all. All right. I'm glad we're a team. Oh, even Ruby looked up. I'm okay. I'm good. Thank you. Yeah. All right. So big week. Nine of Pentacles, love it. I love all these pentacles you're getting. I said money's going to be a thing. Listen, this is, Nine of Pentacles, there's that freedom. Yeah. She worked really hard. She worked really, really hard to stand in her garden of abundance. You see Horus here, the falcon. This is regal. This is royal. This is like, I got money energy. Who else has a falcon on their hand in their backyard? Only people in the royal court. And you see the symbol of Venus all over her gown too. Yeah. Love, relationships, money, all of that. Listen, Pentacles are physical realm. Spirit of consciousness. It's a 5-pointed star. Okay. And so it's more than just like money and wealth, but even still, there is this vision that you have. Keep going. Keep going. All right. This is not having to worry about money. This is not having to worry about, it's just like, this is you. This is Aquarius is independent. It's, Aquarius is self-sufficient and a very like wise. Yeah. There's this sense of wisdom, enlightenment, but also just like feeling free. All right. And I love this because this card is a Virgo card. You have this Mars and South Node in Virgo, your 8th. Anyway, so you see when you let that go, it's just, you're free. And you got the Six of Swords. I love that. There's something here where a lot that's like, it just feels like what's inspiring you here, what's really pushing you forward is this fact that there could have been a lot going on. I would even say the beginning of July when Uranus did move into Gemini. Oh, that was, right? There was a lot happening. But this is really great because it is your card. It's actually attributed to Mercury in Aquarius. Really nice. The Six of Swords. So, by the way, I know that, I don't know. Anyway, I'll tell you later. That's just really great. There's this, everything's harmonizing for you. You're seeing things that you need to see. There's a sense of like, there's this mental relief too. There's this, you even see my finger on the turbulent waters, right? Look at the direction they're going. It's moving away from that. Look at, there's no undulation in the sea. It's like from chaos to calm up here. Yeah. So freeing your mind. Really great. And there's a lot of comfort in that card. You have the Three of Swords. So very interesting where it falls in your stuff. It's just saying that like, yeah, I don't want that. That's all it is. All right. Now, the other thing is if there's any decisions that you're going to make, don't do, just go with it. Okay. Because this is indicating that there could be a little bit of that subconscious at play. Remember, you're guarded. Okay. Your subconscious is guarded. You've got the High Priestess there. This is saying that, yeah, when you think about your future, some of you may already be creating this reality that doesn't exist. This reality of like, what if it doesn't work out? But what if it doesn't? No, everything that's happening for you right now is building your confidence. So go with that energy. Believe in yourself. What'd you get in your last week's reading in the heart of your spread? You got to trust in the universe. The universe is taking care of you. All right. So, but again, for most of y'all, it's like, yep, don't want that to happen. Anyway, you got death in your final outcome. So yeah, your life is changing in a really big way. Yeah. Everything is changing. This is a card of everything that we've been talking about. The year of the snake, the year of 9, out with the old, in with the new. There you go. You're good. You're good. This is, by the way, you can see the direction that they're moving. The sun coming on the horizon, these opportunities that I talked about, golden, optimistic opportunities. You're moving in the direction of the sun. You got a lot of protection. You're protected. You got the High Priestess protecting you. You got the Ferryman protecting those people. I told you there's a lot of protection here. You even see the swords in front of the boat protecting them. You've got you're protected here. Okay. You're even protecting yourself. And then the Mama Bear, Queen of Pentacles, has that protective energy, protecting for her little hen. Yeah. But I'm going to show you something here. You see the skeleton in the armor, right? Protection, right? why is it a skeleton? That's on the white horse. That's purity. That's right. This is death of the old, bringing in the new. But why is it a skeleton? It's because think about it. In our bodies, what endures the longest is a skeleton. So there's something. You're setting yourself up for this really long shelf life. Remember, even with this long-term goals, commitments, all of that, like really active for you. So Aquarius, you're what? Oh yeah, I was gonna clarify. What I wanted to see that 7 of Cups. You want to see the 7 of Cups? Yeah. All right, let's do that, and then I'm gonna let you go and see what's. Whoa! Did not see that coming. Well, there you go. And remember, I'm an Aquarius. This is for me as much as it is for you. But when I tell you to really make sure that you're putting your time, your energy, your heart, soul, blood, sweat, tears in the thing that you know is authentically you, yeah, that decision, like not what you're manifesting. It's not just like, oh yeah, I think I want this. No, you got to feel it in your bones. You got to know. That's a lot of fogginess. That's a lot of smoke and mirrors. Okay? One thing at a time. But just know, just be your authentic self because you got that tower. You got to know what you want. You got to know what you want. And if you don't know what you want, what did I say? You got 5 retrogrades all telling you, go within, reflect, revisit things, reassess things. That's what's going to make the difference. By the way, this is a Venus and Scorpio card. And so remember, Scorpio rules your 10th house of career and fame. So yeah, there may be something career related here. And then you got the tower attributed to the planet Mars. That's in Virgo. And, with the South Node, letting things go. And again, there's got to be something here. It's your 8th house. So, but this is really just saying like, you got to make that right decision and just go with your intuition. That's what cups are anyway, but you're actually really good. Just don't do anything that's not authentically you. All right, go within. You got some great stuff here. Aquarius, thanks so much. Next week, yeah, you got that new moon anyway. You got that new moon in your sign and you got, so there's a lot. We're moving into Leo season. There's an element of fame there too. Like there's a lot of creative energy. Y'all are amazing. Tier 3 members, you know where to find the link for the bonus spread, second spread. Anyone's welcome to join. We do have a lot of fun. Aquarius, y'all are, come on, stop. All right, I'll see you next week. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.